welcome to Laney College. Touchdown! The defending state and national champions.
Nobody likes Laney. We the bad kids, the scrappy ones.
We're local East Bay. Play with a chip on our shoulder, gonna punch you in the dang mouth.
Here with Last Chance U star, my good friend RJ. RJ, brother, how you doing?
Sensational.
Sensational, okay. You hear it from the man himself, man. He's wearing the Oakland Roots shirts, man. And I think, yep, hell yeah. Shout out Oakland, bro. And I think, that show, Last Chance U, bro, if you haven't watched it, like, pause this, please, because that is, not saying this is not as good, bro, but I think just that whole series is so dope because it really just represents not only just football, but it also represents Oakland and, like, people who are from the Bay Area. Like, I watched the other ones that it's, like, East Mississippi, Indy, right? I watched those, but there's like a certain like culture to the one that they film with the one with you, the way you were in, and that one's dope, man. So go check that out.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
I actually, what's funny? I never watched them.
Really?
Ever. I tried watching season 3 and I was like,
that was Indy, right? Or
fuck this.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand the coach. I couldn't stand the players.
Yeah, Coach Brown.
Yeah, like I'm sure he's a good dude. A lot of his players like him. So, but I couldn't stand it. I didn't like it.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel it, bro. I feel it. I could definitely see why, like, some people kind of like him and some people don't, right? And it's so cool. Now that you bring up coaches, bro, talk to me about Coach Beam, right? Talk to him about
what do you want to know?
So from your perspective, obviously, we seen what went on in the show, right? Like, I feel like you guys had like a love-hate relationship in the sense where it's like you guys knew you guys were good people, but for some reason, bro, he just kept getting on your ass. What do you think it was?
I would say it's more of a hate relationship.
Okay.
On his part.
Okay.
He just didn't know me.
I see.
And he didn't take the time to get to know me.
I see.
And I think that kind of fed into his perception of me. And me and him talked about it, like,
right.
Because after he saw the show, he kind of had like a different viewpoint, and we talked about it. We squashed it. It was all good.
Right.
But for my 3 years that I was there, I think he kind of just got the impression that I was just like, I'm just a white guy, probably come from a good family, middle-class family with money.
I see.
And that I'll be good no matter what. He used to tell me, you'll be good no matter what.
Wow.
And I was like, what do you mean by that? I never asked him, but I was like, what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I always kind of knew what he thought of me.
Right.
But I never let it bother me.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I love the guy. I
Okay.
think he's a good coach. I think he's a good dude. I think his heart's in the right place. But he kind of just... I just didn't get a fair shake.
I see.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not beat up over it.
Right.
It's whatever.
And the thing is, bro, I think that's the hard part about being a coach, where it's like you really got to understand your players, right?
Yeah.
Because like you said, he didn't understand who you were. He assumed that you were, like you said, this one, this white guy who was going to be good no matter what, but didn't dig, I don't know if he took the time or not, but, he didn't dig deep to find out who RJ really was to get to, really coach RJ.
Yeah, well, I think, the one thing he always told me was I'm the hardest worker he's ever met.
Wow.
And that means a lot to me because, he's been around for 40 years. So, that means something for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of why he always said you'll be good no matter what, just because of your work ethic.
I see.
Excuse me. He used to tell me I work too hard. And he was right. That's actually part of the reason why I couldn't stay healthy was I did too much.
Wow.
Damn, this beer's hitting me right now.
It's all good.
I keep burping this shit. Fuck, I apologize. But yeah, I mean, again, water under the bridge. It made me better because I learned how to not deal with other people's bullshit and to just keep pushing forward. Because there were times, like, if you thought he was mean to be on the show,
okay,
holy fuck.
Yeah.
That was him being nice.
Sheesh.
I swear to God.
So it definitely cut some things out.
No. Like, my first 2 years there, bro.
Okay, before
every day.
Wow.
Every day was, like, so bad. Like, he used to tell me to dye my hair a different color because I'm so damn blonde and stupid. Like, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, and it's funny to talk about.
Yeah,
like, it's wild though. He was crazy, but in a way, I appreciate it because it did make me better. It did make me. I just figured out how to tune the noise out and like show up to practice every day and just keep putting in that work and keep getting better. Because part of it too is like when I first got to Laney, like when I left De Anza High School. Yeah, me and you went there. Yeah. What was the football team like, bro? You remember?
Yeah, it was.
All right. You know what I mean?
It wasn't too good.
Gaskell was the head coach when I was there. Love Gaskell. That's my guy. To this day, you look at him like he's like a father figure. Dope. And but he just didn't have no help. Yeah. There was two coaches. Yeah, literally. For the whole team. And so there's only so much you can learn. There's
Right.
only so much you can teach.
Yeah, for sure.
And so when I got to college football, I basically knew nothing. I was just an athlete.
Yeah.
That might as well have been what I was, because I didn't understand coverages. I didn't understand offense. I didn't understand defense. I barely understood special teams.
Sheesh.
And so I got out there, and I was athletic. I ran around. I worked my ass off, but I was an idiot, bro. When it came to football, I was dumb as fuck.
Right.
The one redeeming quality about me as a football player, though, was that I constantly made plays.
Jeez.
I made big plays anytime I got the ball thrown to me.
Yeah.
One of my first shots I got early on in 2017 during our spring ball was I got a vertical, and I went up. I caught it with one hand, and that's what caught a lot of people's attention. They're like, "Oh shit!"
After that, they
Look
knew
at this
were-
dude.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
And then, but like, I was still like, it took me till halfway through that year just to figure out the offense. But it took being a hard ass on me,
Yeah.
telling me he wants me to quit, telling me I'm no good, telling me I'm the shits, to bring that out of me.
Yeah.
So I'll always appreciate that. I wouldn't trade that for the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and honestly, bro, like now that you're telling me that, people might hear that and be like, they might get scared themselves. They might say, wow, like how can a coach tell him to quit? Like that's not what a coach is supposed to do. But right, but
That's
I don't. I know that's not even the worst thing. That's what I was gonna say. That's not even the worst thing, and that's the thing about football, bro. Football builds character. I only played 1 year. I played kicker. You know, I wasn't too bad. But I really like witnessed the football culture and how these kids, even in high school, you know, they're getting yelled these things, you know, they're getting yelled at these things.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will see that as like, okay, you know what? I mean, yeah, to a certain degree, it might be a little over the top, but overall though, I truly believe that is what's going to help them succeed in the world, because the world ain't all sunshines and rainbows, right? And you might know something about that, right?
I definitely do. Yeah, like I think sorry, I had a thought. So like going back to the whole like he wanted me to quit thing. I remember a defining moment for me that I think about a lot whenever I talk about my playing career at Laney, just in general, was so that year, right? So in 2018, I tore my oblique. Or not my oblique, I apologize. It was I had a sports hernia. Okay. Which is a tear in your abdominal wall, but mine was real low. It was like right by my pelvic bone. Okay. And it ripped off the bone. Only that much. Only that much. But that much was enough to like even moving a little bit, a certain way, twitching my leg, it felt like someone was stabbing me. It was the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. Right. And it took me 10 months of rehab to get through it. And then I got back in time for spring ball in 2019. That same week, in front of 27 Division I coaches, I popped my shoulder out, diving for a ball. Fuck. I laid out for a ball, and Nashawn, who's a third-round draft pick for the Cowboys, Nashawn Wright.
Yeah. That's
Ray's brother. Yeah, he dove at me trying to make a play on the ball. I caught the ball, and my arm got caught, and it popped out. And then it did what's called subluxation, which is where your shoulder pops out, then pops back in. I see. And that was the end of my spring ball. I was done. Damn. And he told me, look, man, Beam pulled me to the side after that practice and was like, dude, if you're not healthy and ready to go by June 2nd, don't show up. Damn. I won't let you play because you can't stay healthy. Jeez. First, you had your neck injury, your concussion, and then you're all at the same time as having your sports hernia. Like, dude, you got to figure it out. I was like, fuck. He told me, I'll call St. Mary's right now and get you a track scholarship. Jeez. Say the word. And I was like, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. I just walked away. Wow. But, you know, and then when I came back for summer ball, we're practicing, I wasn't doing well just because, like, I'd been out of it. I was still trying to get used to playing again and being healthy. Right. And we stopped in the middle of a film, and he was critiquing, like, a route I'd run. Like, it wasn't a good route. It was a bad route. Right. And he stopped because Coach Rob was talking about, like, he was like, you know, guys, we don't yell at you and cuss you out, and, like, we're not hard on you because we want you to quit. You know, we want you to, like, be better. So it's just, it's frustrating when you guys don't listen. And Beam like, interjects, and he's like, actually, RJ, I want you to quit. I want you to get so mad to the point where you walk out of this room right now. Damn. Because I don't want you here. Yeah. I want you to quit. He said that to me, and I was like, jeez. Yeah, but I didn't leave. And and then from that point on, I was like, all right, okay. And then every single day after that, I got 1% better at something. And it got to the point where Ray, first of all, let me contextualize this. Ray was the #1 player in California and the #3 player in the country. Right. That is crazy. Yeah, insane. It got to the point where he only went with me for one-on-ones. He followed me on the field, like, and we just had this connection because like we were the only people who could fuck with each other. But that was the day where I decided like, fuck this, bro. Fuck Beam. Fuck what he has to say about me. I'm getting on that field.
Wow.
Because he wanted this other guy, Damar, who I love Damar.
Yeah.
Great guy. Funny. He couldn't catch a cold, bro.
Yeah.
I'm serious. He couldn't catch a fucking cold.
Damn.
He couldn't catch COVID.
Right.
Dude, like, it was bad. But he wanted him to start.
Yeah, I see.
So I was like, hell no, bro. Wow. So I just, but like that was what lit the fuse.
Yeah.
For, you know, that ultimately became the fire that became like that year for me.
Right.
And it was powerful, man. Yeah. That was a defining moment for me for sure.
Yeah, for sure, bro. So my question is, bro, what made you even look at it like that? Because a lot of people, bro, they'll fall like a cheap tent. Like even their mama tells them something, their sister, their brother, they want to start this business, they want to do this, they want to do that. Soon as somebody says, "Oh, you're not good," or some, you know, any negative thought, they give up. They're saying, maybe I'm not good at it. But bro, this coach, your coach, the person supposed to lead you to the promised land is telling you, bro, quit. So where does that like fire come from?
Just like a desire to. Honestly, football for me, a lot of it came from a desire to prove people wrong.
I see.
But also like do what I love. Yeah. And a lot of people, my family included, thought I was out of my mind. Wow. Thought I was crazy. Yeah. They're like, you're delusional. Wow. They didn't. My dad didn't come to my games. Barely calls me to this day. Yeah. You know. Like, we don't have a terrible relationship, but, like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Yeah. But, yeah, I just had no support. Even my brother James, love him to death, you know. He even thought I was tripping. Yeah. Everybody did. Yeah. And I was like, wow. Like, you know what I can do. You grew up with me. You saw me. You saw what I can do on the field. And it's like, so it was just like, all right, I'm just going to have to show you guys. Because this is what I want to do with my life. Yeah. You know, this is who I want to be. This is what I love. And so I was just like, it stopped being about other people for a while. It was just about me and what I wanted. And when you just have a vision for something and you want to go get it, the only person stopping you is you. Yeah. And if that's your mindset, the world's yours. Right. You know, because when you realize, like for me, I'm pretty nihilistic. Nothing matters in the grand scheme of things. Like I'm not religious. I'm not very spiritual. Nothing matters in my mind. So if nothing matters, you know, like, you can do whatever you want. You can go get whatever you want. Because there is no predetermination of your life. Right. Life is about decisions. Yeah. Okay, so I decided I didn't want to be the coulda, woulda, shoulda guy. I didn't want to be the washed out guy, delusional, none of that. I wanted to be legit. Yeah. And what's crazy is when I look back on it, in high school, honestly, dude, the only thing that's really special about me as a football player is my speed and my hand-eye coordination. Okay. Everything else, I had to grind for. I had to work my ass for. Yeah. I was never a good route runner. I was never very savvy when it came to football. All I knew how to do was fly around and catch football. That's
being an athlete.
Yeah. And, like, that is not enough, especially at the college level. That is, even at the JUCO level. Yeah, I bet. That means fucking jack shit, man. Yeah. Pardon my language. I don't know how you feel about that.
Bro, you do whatever you want to do on this show.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, bro. And honestly, even if you're saying it's JUCO, bro, it wasn't just regular JUCO, though. That's the thing. Like, these guys were out of state. These guys, you know, some of these guys probably used to play D1 and they dropped down. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you didn't play on just a regular JUCO team. So you definitely needed that hard, especially like you said, you were an athlete, you had that desire to play football. And it's so funny. I was actually telling someone, but I just remember RJ just being all about football, like in high school. Like I didn't like how RJ football, like that was it. Like you know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy about that? I was kind of a poser in high school.
Really?
In hindsight. That's how I look at it. That's not how other people probably see it. But to me, I was a poser. Okay. Because I had all this talent, I had all this ability, but what was I doing with it? Couldn't stay healthy. I didn't lift weights consistently. I didn't eat well. And I made a lot of excuses in high school. And that was another thing that kind of fed into like my college career, as short as it's been. Like I just didn't want to be that guy. Right. Because so many people go through their lives making excuses and just fucking like saying, like listing the reasons why they can't do something. Yes. And it's just like, bro, how, like, I just don't understand it. Like, how can you be okay with, like, just being like that? Yeah. And just accepting that, you know, like, your life is the way it is, and you can't change it.
Right.
It drives me nuts. It drives me crazy.
Me too, brother.
So
me too. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, bro. Like a lot of people say, man, I can't get this, but I'm the type of person who's like, okay, how can I get this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's funny because when I was just starting off the show, I thought of you. I was like, man, you know, it would be great to have RJ on here because, you know, I've known him since high school. Like I remember you still worked, you were still working at AMC, bro, and you know,
yeah,
AMC.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, right.
Fuck AMC. If y'all watching, fuck y'all. Y'all some hoes, man. I swear to God, y'all some motherfucking bitches, dude. I swear. Fuck y'all.
Man, I still remember David used to work there.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
You talked to him lately?
Bro, yeah, that's my guy. He actually, shout out David, man, because he's actually helping us with the Together We Rise shirt, so it's pretty cool. He has like his screen printing.
Hit me up. I miss y'all. You, Juan, Eric. I still talk to Eric, but all them.
Okay.
I want to talk to them, bro. I ain't seen them in a minute. I fucked with them.
Definitely cool people, bro. No, we should definitely kick it one time.
I'm down.
This day in Richmond, yeah.
Hell yeah.
We can. What you got? All right, I'm gonna talk to you after about tomorrow too.
Bet.
Okay, but anyways, yeah, bro, it's just super dope because like the way your perspective means everything, right? And it's crazy because yeah, anyone can say what you're saying, bro, but people don't understand everything you've been through, right? Because I can say that, you know, anyone else can say that, but I think someone who has your story, bro, can actually say that, and then now you can get inspired, be like, damn, if RJ did it, if RJ's thinking like this, what makes it seem like I can't think like this, right?
Yeah, like here's the thing about that. I'm not really one for inspiration. I'm not one for motivation. I think, and we were talking about this a little bit before the show starts.
Yeah.
If it isn't in you, if you don't want something because you want it,
right, and
solely for that purpose, don't even fucking talk to me.
Exactly.
Don't even say anything about it because clearly it's not that important to you. So yeah. What was your question? I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
That shot is hitting me.
No, you're good, bro. I think you answered it, bro, because it's like, yeah, you're 100% true. If you don't truly want it, then there's no one, like I can literally lay out a whole blueprint. Right. But if you don't really want it, it don't matter, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is like, okay, let's say someone who does want it, right? Let's say someone who's listening to the show, I'm like, man, I do want this. I'm listening to this. I think you can inspire people without even trying to inspire them. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. No, because, you know, like when I do reflect on everything, I had so many reasons to quit, dude.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I've had 6 concussions. I probably had more like 10.
Jeez.
Bad. That's pretty bad.
That is.
But I've also had so many other injuries. I've torn both my hamstrings. I don't know how many times. You remember bruh from SpongeBob the Con Man? He's like, every morning I break my legs. Every afternoon I break my arm. Like, it got to the point like when I was in high school, that was what my brother called me Mr. Glass or some shit. He thought it was so funny. Yeah. He still thinks it's funny. But like that's like, but I had so many reasons to quit. Like,
for sure.
You're always hurt. Oh, you don't, you know, like, excuse me. You know, like coach doesn't play you. Coach doesn't do this. Coach doesn't do that. And I was like, no. And I was always able to like internally take responsibility over a lot of things. Right. But it wasn't until I was outwardly doing something about it where shit started to change for me. But like I just didn't want like to have any excuses because everybody makes excuses. Everyone. Like I want to talk about this, but I don't know if I want to talk about it. Okay. Like I don't know. It's because that's my boy. I don't see.
Maybe not use his name.
I'll just say this. Yeah. So like people at practice had a lot of reasons why they didn't want to come to practice or come late. Okay. And they had like all kinds of problems, and they just like didn't want to do what was being asked of them. Yeah. And they had a lot going on, and I get that. But like, I've had so much going on in my life from the time that I was as young as 5 years old. Yeah. I have so many things. I have so many excuses that I could have made, but I still showed up every day and I busted my ass. Yeah. And I didn't let that affect me. I kept that outside stuff. I kept it outside. I kept it separate from football. And it's like, fuck, man. Yeah. Like, what? Like, that's the problem. People just allow themselves to feel sorry for themselves. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself, your life will change completely. Yes,
100%. Because then now you don't feel sorry for the results that you didn't get because you realize, like, damn, I stopped feeling sorry for myself. I didn't get that result because I didn't put in that work 10 days ago or 5 days ago, right? Yeah. Let's say I'm an athlete. If I don't get scouted oh shit, let me not think about the time where the coach said no. Now I got to think about 6 months ago, a year ago, where I didn't want to lift that day because I was too tired to wake up in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it really goes down to all the little shit that'll add up to bigger parts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like I remember, like I said earlier, like Coach Beam used to tell me I work too hard. I'm not gonna lie. That's probably the best advice I ever got.
Yeah.
I used to lift 6 days a week.
Sheesh.
I used to run routes every single day.
God.
I got no sleep.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep at all. I didn't eat well. Well, I tried. Actually, I eat pretty well.
Yeah.
I'll say that. But I never gave my body time to recover.
I see.
And I ran myself into the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, that is bad. That is bad.
Yeah, and I almost did it again too. But when he said that to me, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cut my lifting days in half. And instead of showing up and running sprints with the team because I'm not healthy right now because of my sports hernia, I'm just gonna go to rehab.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on that.
Wow.
And I'm gonna get a lot of shit for it from my teammates, rightfully so. But I gotta handle my business like that in order to be a part of this team. And when I did that, man, I mean, dude, not only did I get like bigger, stronger, and faster, my mind cleared up, and like I found like this spark that I had for football that I'd never had before. Like I fell in love with football. Like it was like falling in love with football all over again.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa, damn, bruh.
Yeah.
Like just like allowing myself time to do other things is so important. And so like time management, like you just have to figure out like a happy medium for yourself, because it's not always about like the time you put in, it's the quality of the time.
I see.
A lot of people miss that. A lot of people think, because dude, like, and you can take my word for it too. My first 2 years at Laney, all I did was lift, run, and sleep, and go to class and shit.
Right.
But if you're just doing that, bro, you will burn out. Yeah, I don't care how much you love something, you burn out.
Yeah, I truly believe that you can burn out to something for sure, and especially because what you were saying, you were lifting 6 days a week. Like were you doing it to like build muscle? Were you?
I don't even know.
Okay,
I thought, I just wanted to be strong, man. I just wanted to like we had this like I wanted to be the only receiver in the 1,000-pound club, which is like squat, bench, hang clean, and I had a 300-pound hang clean.
I see.
And I worked my ass off for that.
Jeez.
That's, bro, like a hang clean is like you pick it up.
Okay.
You come to a dead stop, and then you pull yourself under the weight.
I see.
Oh no, hell no!
Oh,
I can't do that.
Okay, just pull it.
I see. You get into but you pull it.
Pull it up.
You pull yourself under, and then you squat it up. That's the lift.
Damn.
I was
300 pounds.
300 pounds. I was 175.
Wow.
I was 175. I did that.
That was more than double your weight, right? Or no, a little bit over.
A little bit over. Almost double my weight.
Yeah, almost double your weight. Yeah.
No, so like I took pride in that, but at the same time, it's like, what is that doing?
For what? Yeah.
Like, oh, it's cool, but like, does it help me be a better route runner?
Jeez.
Not really.
Yeah.
So like, it's about the little things. It's about learning like the intimacies of your position,
for sure,
but also like realizing like when you need to take a chill pill.
Yeah.
Like there's all kinds of different ways to navigate through like being good at something, for sure.
Right. Exactly. And I think when you take time for yourself and reflect, like I truly believe in the same thing. I was actually talking to someone and I was telling them like, yeah, hard work is so important, but you need to work hard with a purpose, right? So yeah, work hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you were working really, really hard, but you didn't, like you said yourself, you didn't really know why. You just knew, man, I want to be the biggest, baddest dude that can lift this and be part of this club. But in reality, you didn't really focus. You didn't take the time to like kind of just analyze everything that you were doing.
Exactly. No, that actually dead on. Like I was so focused on being the fastest, the strongest, all this stuff. And I was spending so little time in my playbook. I was spending so little time like focusing on like running routes. And even when I tried to implement that stuff while I was on that lifting regiment and that mindset, it just ran me into the dirt.
Yeah.
And you just realize that the lifts and stuff like is important, but it's not as important as you think.
I see.
So
yeah. No, and it's dope, bro, because it, like I said, it's the thing is you have the work ethic, you have the drive, you have the desire. Now all you got to do is just pivot and say, you know what, instead of dedicating my time to do this, I'm going to study the playbook. I'm going to do, I'm going to communicate with my teammates or whatever it is. Yeah. But you're still growing because you still grew that principle.
Yeah. I kind of, just thinking out loud here, I kind of was, the stuff I was doing early on at Laney was more, what's the word? It was more like, not for show, because I was actually doing the work. I was getting it in. Sure. I was getting it in for sure. But it was more like, the look, like, oh, he's so strong, he's so fast.
I see.
But like, I was putting too much time into that, and so like, when I like reverted back and like focused on like my route running, like dude, my route running went from like a 5 to like an 11 out of 10.
Jeez.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Ray and Dior did a live one time, like right when the show came out. They were on, and I was watching it.
Okay. And
they were someone asked the question like, "Hey, who between RJ and Dior, who would you rather guard?" He was like, "No disrespect, Dior, or no disrespect, but I'd much rather guard Dior. Yeah. RJ just does too much different shit.
Jeez.
And Dior, no disrespect to like what's his name, Nishan, his older brother.
Yeah.
But Ray's a lot better than him.
I've
and
heard
so
that.
for Ray, as talented as he is and how good as he is, for him to say that about me, that just told me everything I needed to know.
Yeah.
Because that dude is...
yeah, he's on a whole nother level.
Dude, you have no idea.
Yeah.
You have no... And the show like doesn't really depict like what he can do.
I see.
It's like I've been around a lot of really good football players in my life.
Yeah.
He's top 3. He might be top 2.
Okay.
Ever that I've ever been around.
Yeah.
Like, he's incredible.
Who's number 1? I'm curious.
Probably Amari Davis.
Okay.
That dude is fucking... He could, like, bro, he never lifted. He never ran, but he ran like a legit, like a 4.3.
Okay.
And he was just like Adrian Peterson. He was smooth. He was fast as fuck. He could jump over the motherfuckers. He was shifty as hell. He was the complete player.
Damn.
He's probably the best football... Excuse me. He's probably the best football player I've ever been around.
I see.
For sure. He's at least one of them.
Okay.
But Ray is like...
Yeah, no, he's on a whole nother level. And you know what I was actually thinking? I was like, damn, the confidence that he plays with, I think
that's a big part. That's a big part of football.
It makes him who he is, because even if he's not performing at his level, his mind is telling him, dude, you're still talking all this shit. You have to level up to what you're talking about.
You want to hear? You know what's crazy? I didn't understand like all those sound bites they have of him talking shit. That's really not him.
Oh, really?
He doesn't talk.
Okay.
He never talked to me.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
Like, all right, he talks, but like he wasn't like he just talks shit like when he was getting bored. Like all the sound bites they have of him are like after we're blowing teams out, or like he's frustrated. But he's not a big talker. Okay. He never says shit to me.
Yeah.
Just because we had this mutual respect for each other.
Right.
But you know what's crazy about going back to your comment on confidence? Anytime I told myself at the line of scrimmage, I'm winning this rep, I won that rep.
Yeah, for sure.
Against rep.
All starts in your mind first.
It really does. And I'm sure he tells himself the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's hard to believe it every single time, just because like you know what you're going up against, you know your route, like you're confined to certain circumstances. But every time I did that, I never lost. Yeah. And you know we had a really good back and forth. Like I would get him, he would get me, but I got him a lot. Yeah. And it felt good, man, because that dude is. Yeah. That's a like minimum. He's a 2nd round draft pick.
Yeah.
Minimum.
At least.
Minimum.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's crazy.
Because he's someone who not only like. You know, is good himself, but he brings the team up because of his confidence, of who he is. Like he's a leader, he's a natural born leader. Yeah. Who he is. Like you could just tell like off his personality, like people would want to play for this guy, like behind this guy.
He's prime time.
You know what I'm saying?
That's prime time, right?
Exactly.
It's prime time 2.0.
Yeah.
He ain't as fast as prime, but he's fast enough. Okay, that's prime time.
Yeah. Exactly.
He's a dog, man.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see what he does on Sundays.
Oh yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, you'll get there for sure. Ain't no doubt. But yeah, bro, you know, let's talk more about you, bro. Let's talk about a little bit about, you know, like I said, obviously you kind of talked about it on the show, but let's say someone who didn't want this, because obviously people who most likely people who watch Last Chance U is because they enjoy football, right? That's most likely.
Usually. And it was like Oakland, like, oh shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Town. Like, let's turn this on.
Exactly. But I think the show in itself is mainly like Last Chance U is like mainly football. That's how I knew about it from East Mississippi. Mm-hmm. But my point is, like, let's say they didn't watch the show for whatever reason, even though they need to. Why don't we talk a little bit more about your story? So you mentioned earlier before even on the show right now that something happened when you were 5 years old, right? And then that you like went through a lot of adversity from that point forward that you can remember.
It's more like from the time I can remember.
I see.
I was about 5 years old.
Okay.
I just had like a fucked up relationship with my mom.
Okay.
Dad wasn't around. And like both of my parents kind of treated me like I wasn't their kid. Mm-hmm. They treated my 2 brothers like they liked them, like they loved them. Wow. But me, I was kind of pushed to the side a lot. Yeah. And so early on I learned, and this isn't necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. It's just kind of what it is. Yeah. But from an early age, I just had to, I learned that like I only have me right now. And I have to look out for myself. Yeah, for sure. And I'm not preaching look out for yourself and no one else. Yeah. I actually preach the opposite of that. But like that was my mindset. And it's what helped me get to to where I got with football.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like not being treated well by my parents. It was so obvious to like other kids and other people. Like you remember Richie and Deshaun?
Yeah.
Those were like our best friends back in the day. That's who all we hung out with. It was so obvious to them. They used to make jokes about how much that both of our parents disliked me.
Wow.
We're like, dude, it's so obvious that you're like the least favorite kid. It's like sad.
Damn.
But they made a joke out of it.
Yeah.
And it used to hurt my feelings a lot.
For sure.
But
for
I was the kind of
Brush
guy
it
that just
off.
kind of brushed it off and like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
But like it hurts. Even to
Yeah,
this day,
for
thinking
sure.
about it, it sucks.
Yeah.
But like that's how I felt. And you know, to this day, it's like it's kind of the same thing. Me and my mom have like squashed a lot, but like there's a lot of stuff I to this day just haven't dealt with. But like that's kind of like it's almost like I just like turned a part of my brain on that like processed pain, I think, for a long time. I just stopped, like I just started pushing things down.
Yeah.
Because I was like, all right, bro, you just gotta
Just get through
you
it.
just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Because like at the end of the day, it's just noise. But and like yeah, so I wouldn't say it was one thing.
I see.
It was a culmination of things. But
Okay.
like, the relationship with my mom was hard growing up.
Yeah.
Especially just like because of her condition and like everything like that. You know, like she has a lot of mental problems. You know, she's like bipolar and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah,
she wasn't
bet.
medicated, and you know, she took a lot out on me in particular. So it weighs on you.
Yeah, for sure.
It weighs on you a lot. You know, and I wasn't like always like it's weird. People like me a lot, but I've always had a hard time in my mind like making friends, even though I have a ton of friends.
Yeah, yeah.
But like to me, I didn't have any friends because no one was like really like whenever I hung out with people, it was like they would ask me questions just to talk about themselves. And to this day, like I still kind of run into that.
I see.
So it was really lonely. But like that's kind of like why I ended up being the way I ended up being. And it's a positive thing for like a career oriented life. But like it's a lonely one, dude. It's not necessarily one I even think is like something anybody should want for themselves.
Yeah.
Because it really does suck.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, dude, like going to junior college football, getting up every day at 5, 6 in the morning, walking to BART, going to a class with a professor who's a fucking moron, then going to practice, getting your ass cussed out every single day by Coach Beam.
Yeah.
Every day for 3 years, bro.
Sheesh.
Hard.
Yeah.
Hard.
But you did it, and
I
you
did
did
it.
it for that reason, right? Because you really wanted to see yourself succeed, and
I wanted
think,
to prove it to myself.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I think even let's say whatever happens or whatever has happened, like I think the one thing like it's not even debatable is that you learn so much life lessons through that process, right? Because bro, there's so much growth in where you don't feel comfortable, like in your like you're never gonna grow in your comfort zone because you feel comfortable there. You're not nothing's pushing you, right? But the best things in life come on the other side of fear. So once you kind of say, you know what, I'm gonna overcome this thing. Now you're gonna find so much more about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, when you stop being scared, when you realize that fear is just something you put in yourself, you can do anything.
Literally.
Because it's all in your head. You telling
It's all in
yourself
your
you
head.
can't do something. You telling yourself you're gonna fail. You telling yourself you know what the best thing for success is failing.
Yeah.
The more you fail, the better.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Yes.
But a lot of people are afraid to look stupid. They're afraid to look like an idiot.
Yeah.
They're afraid to fail.
Yeah.
And I honestly attribute a lot of my success with football, the minimal success that I had, to the amount of failures I had.
Yeah.
Like you fail way more than you succeed. That's just life.
Yeah.
But a lot of
Hell
people
yeah.
just like they don't want that.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, those failures, I think it's all how you look at it. It's like, man, I want to fail because, it's growing pain. I don't want to go through that pain.
Yeah.
But it's exactly that. It's a growing pain. You have to go through that pain to grow.
Like, did you learn or did you lose?
Exactly. And I think the only way you lose is if you look at it that way.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like something that gave me a lot of power, I think, going back to that 2019 year where I was on Last Chance U was I stopped looking at reps between me and other DBs as losses, and I started as like, what did I just learn though? Like what was KP doing that made him better?
I see.
It's like, oh, you know what? He kind of stays on your hip pocket a little, like pretty good because he can utilize his speed. You should take advantage of his speed. You should attack his blind spot. Or like, what does Ray do really well at the line? Gets hands on you quick. So what should you do at the line of scrimmage to like win the route?
Yeah.
Speed release it. Do something that makes it so he misses with his hands. Like step back. Or
Yeah.
Get used to like moving your body around in different areas so that they're not going to expect it. Like,
Yeah.
or like Laprelle, another really good player of ours back in the day. Like what gets him to bite? Like, oh, like if you like put your hand here, make him think you're running like a diamond release on a slant, and then you keep pushing, he'll think you're running like a shitty double move, but then you break it down, you're on a curl, you're wide open.
Yeah.
So like when I started thinking about like the little things DBs do to win, that's when my game just went up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. And that's the value of looking at like things like, did you lose or did you learn? Like there's no, like to me, there's no such thing as a loss.
Yeah.
It's a lesson.
Exactly.
It sounds corny as fuck, but
Yeah,
it's true.
it's so true. It's so true, bro. And I think the negative in there is, let me translate that from football terms to real life words. It's like, instead of you hating on, that DB, man, he ain't even good. He just got me because that's a lucky play.
Because a lot of people do that,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Instead of doing that, you said, hold on, this guy's really good at what he does, but let me find the weakness in his game so I can overcome that. And now you look at it as now you're playing chess instead of, denying it and be like, nah, you know what? Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
I think for me at Laney, I had what's called DB privilege.
Okay.
All of our DBs, I won't say all of them, but like I would say every year Laney has about four, maybe five really fucking good defensive backs.
Yeah.
I mean really good. And that's because the coach they have, Derek Gardner, dude is a hell of a fucking coach. Knows that she played 10 years in the NFL.
Damn.
Just does his thing, man. Hell smart. Just understands football.
Right.
And so like you're never gonna have like a rep with a corner there in that top 4, top 5 maybe.
Oh yeah.
That just doesn't give you some kind of work.
Yeah.
And so like that's great.
Yeah.
Because if you're constantly going up against shitty ass DBs.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm not gonna name names, but we had a lot of receivers who waited for shitty ass DBs or who played in the slot purposefully because they didn't want to go against press man coverage.
I see.
They didn't want to go against those guys. And I was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I had dudes begging me to come to the slot, and I was like, you don't want this, bro. Whenever I come to the slot, they couldn't fuck with me.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to go with Ray.
Wow. Yeah.
It got to the point where literally like I would only go with Ray.
Yeah.
And he would only go with me.
Yeah, and I think that says so much about your character, bro, because it's like you want to go against the best guy, because I always believe, bro, if I'm the smartest guy in the room, I'm in the wrong room. Like, I don't want to be there because then I'm not growing. Then I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never want to be the best at whatever I do. Like, because there's always room for growth. And once you once you believe your own hype, once you even if people shout you out, good job, RJ, for doing that play. But are you really still where that you want to be? Good job, Sammy, for doing that dope podcast with RJ. But is that like my main goal? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that I think as long as you always look at things like that of actually realizing like the end goal and not just believing your own hype. I think that's where a lot of people get killed instead of actually growing. Yeah,
because like a lot of people, like they kind of like they'll look at their film, like they'll look at film from the day, and they're like, damn, I did that shit. I would do some like, dude, if you saw some of my shit that I was doing in practice, like it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But I never looked for like, what did I do well? A lot of people just look for what they do well.
Right.
That's 9 out of 10 guys. They look at what they did well.
Yeah.
And they try to replicate that.
Yeah.
It's the worst way to go.
Jeez.
It's the worst. It is.
Yeah.
Because if you're just looking at like what you do good, you're not gonna.
You're just full of yourself at that point.
You're full of shit.
Yeah.
You're full of shit. And You're full of yourself, and those are the people who are truly delusional.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly. Yeah, I do believe in positivity, but like you said, when it comes to like your craft and whatever you do, if you just focus on I think there's different levels. Like, get really good at what you do, but obviously whatever you do well, like you're not just gonna be perfect at it. Like you got to keep working and growing because. First of all, information becomes obsolete after a couple of years or whatever. So that means like, if something you might know, like, someone else found something better about that. So now what becomes irrelevant. So now you got to go get better at that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, bro, I agree 100%, and I also wanted to ask you something else, bro. Like, from like a fan perspective, like, how much actually, from like Last Chance U, how much is actually like real and how much is like Hollywood? Like, I always just wanted to ask people that.
I get that question a lot.
Okay.
95% of it's just what happened. It's real.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, like what they film, they have to craft a narrative and a story.
Right, of course.
And they have to add their own, like they have to be the voice.
Yeah.
So, but I would say they do a really good job of talking about, or of like, excuse me, they do a really good job of showing what happened and putting together like the story of what happened. I think they do a pretty decent job.
Yeah.
But like obviously like the cool stuff, like me running around my neighborhood and stuff.
That was like go run so we can film you.
yeah, literally.
Okay.
But like other than that, like that's only like 5% of the show, maybe less.
Okay.
Most of it's legit.
Yeah, that's dope.
You know, I would say that like there's a bit in there about me. I can't believe I even forgot about this, but there was like Coach Beam was always talking to me about my routes.
Mm-hmm.
And me and him just fundamentally disagree about a lot of things when it comes to route running.
I see.
He's very old school.
Yeah.
And he, like, I respect the hell out of what he knows.
Right.
And him as a coach and him as just as a man in general.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, he would cherry pick me a lot. That's how I feel. He maybe doesn't see it that way, but 9 routes out of, like, let's say I was running a vert. I would say 9 times out of 10, I fucking whooped that guy. I get over the top, but every now and then, Ray would get me, or some corner would like hold me and push me to the sideline. I get forced to the sideline. He was always talking about, RJ, why are you running to the sideline? I was like, all right, dude. Like, let's just use our common sense. So we know, for one, the vertical is the lowest percentage ball in all of football.
Yeah.
It's a 10% completion percentage.
Jeez.
All right? That's low.
Yeah.
And why is that? It's because you have a corner and then you have the sideline. So you're constantly double covered.
Right.
Now, our playbook got to the point where, especially when all the quarterbacks went down,
yeah,
all they had me doing was running verts. What else am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
So I got blamed a lot. And what's crazy is I won 9 times out of 10 on a vertical.
Yeah.
Every now and then, I get forced out. But it just happens because a corner knows what you're doing.
Right.
You
Exactly.
only do it so many times before it's just like, all right, this motherfucker's just running straight again.
Yeah.
Like, these guys don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Right.
You know, and it's like, so that frustrated the hell out of me.
Yeah.
There's a clip actually in the show where I literally, and I don't use this term lightly, but I whoop Ray off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Like, and he doesn't get whooped, by the way.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm not saying like I just made him look stupid, because he recovers pretty well.
Yeah.
But I got him, I slipped him, and I stacked, and he had to get on his track, and the ball gets thrown at the back of his helmet. And then Beam yells at me.
Damn.
It's like, why are you running to the sideline? I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you just beat the dude.
Just
It's not
stuff
your
like
fault.
that.
Yeah.
All the time.
I see.
Like literally every day.
Yeah.
And it was so frustrating because like, dude, your other guys can't even get off the line against this guy. You're yelling at me because the quarterback threw the ball at the back of his head.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you want me to do, man? It was so frustrating.
I bet.
I don't even know where I was going with that. But I just like, it was so annoying.
No.
It used to piss me off.
No, bro, I bet. And really, bro, I think you're a true definition of like, you cannot measure heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, never judge anyone because you never know what they've been through, right? And like I said, you know, they want, obviously if they want to know more, you know, about you, like the whole show is how many episodes? I mean, like 10?
I think there's 8. I think there's 8 episodes.
Okay,
it's probably 8.
And there's actually I think what is it, episode number 4, where they actually just focus a lot on
they talk about my story.
Yeah,
like in particular. Yeah,
exactly. So if they really want to know more about you, I would say go watch that, right? But is there like a certain moment that you would never forget that happened, you know, whether that's in your childhood or, you know, in high school, that really like that you will forever remember and take that in whatever you want to do? Like, for example, let's say, you know, some hardship that you overcame that no matter what happens in your life again, like you would always be able to look at them like, damn, I overcame that. So, you know, why am I not going to overcome this?
That's a tough question. I would say mainly like what I had to overcome at Laney.
Okay.
Has been the big, cause like in high school, like I alluded to earlier, in my mind, I was a poser. That's just how I feel about myself. Maybe a lot of people know me disagree, but that's how I feel about myself compared to like what I wound up being. So for me to like go from being this guy who always had an excuse, who was always hurt, always never lifted, never wanted to try that hard, didn't have to try that hard, really. Like I really didn't in high school. Yeah. It wasn't like the competition was like all that high. Yeah. For me to go from that to this guy who showed up every day on time, was dependable, reliable, worked his ass off for what he wanted and got better. I think that's something I'll carry with me forever, because wherever I go from this point on, right, I'll always be able to say like, dude, I put in hundreds of hours. Yeah. Probably 10,000 hours at least. Yeah. On just route running. Jeez. Just getting better at that. And it's like, no, first of all, no one can take that away from me, but also it's like, when you put in that kind of work, bro, like you did that. Yeah. like it's ingrained in you now. Like it
Right.
becomes a part of you.
Exactly.
So I would say that's definitely something that I'll carry with me forever.
Yeah.
As far as like something that motivates me, there's a lot. Like I don't think about this stuff a lot, to be honest with you, man. It's just like, it's like a generalization for me. It's like everyone in my family thinks I'm crazy.
Wow.
You know, everybody thinks I'm tripping. Everybody thinks I'm like, man, you're not gonna, you're tripping. Get a job.
Yeah.
Do something else.
Wow.
All of them.
Jeez.
All of them, bro.
Jeez.
And you know, it's just like that to me is like the big thing. It's like you guys are so caught up in your own shit, like because you thought you couldn't do something special, that you're trying to bring me down. And that's how I just choose to look at stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like
100% true.
Yeah, it's like because most of the times when someone has something negative to say about something, it has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with what's in here and what's up here.
Yeah.
And people just, a lot of people are negative.
Yeah.
Like to their core.
Yeah.
They just think about things in a way that's like, excuse me. Damn. They just look at life in like such a pessimistic way.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if that there's like a trauma that I just remember or like a negative event. I just don't want to be that guy who I just don't want to be normal.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that guy who just had all this talent, ability, and didn't do anything with it.
Right.
So like that's all I can say about that. Like, yeah.
No, I feel it. And like I said, bro, no matter where you go, because obviously life's a journey, man. Life's a journey, you know.
Not a destination. It's a journey.
It's a journey, exactly. So even me, like a year ago, I had no idea I was going to be sitting in this room right now, talking to you, that you're going to be on Last Chance You, that I was doing this podcast. But shit happens, man. And it happens I truly believe that everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens to you, happens for you. Yeah. Right. So when you look at it at life at that perspective, like you said, now you're able to use everything that you've accomplished before, everything that's happened to you, and put that all together, and then use that to take your next step. Right. Yeah. Because worst case scenario, bro, I look at for example yourself and all these big guys from Last Chance You. And I'm always thinking like, I always like to think outside the box. So let's say the Irish person will look at the show and be like, okay, yeah, these guys are football players. These guys are all gonna make it to the NFL. And I'm not, no. You get what I'm saying? And obviously that's not reality. No. But the way I see it is like, okay, but what can they pick out of this to help them grow? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And my perspective on it was like, man, this guy RJ, he was able to for sure build a platform for himself, because like you were telling me before the show, like how many followers did you have before the show? 1,200.
No, I got 31.
You know what I'm saying? Right now?
31,000. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But you sure it's 31? I thought it was a little more.
No, it's like 31 and like 31.2 or something.
I see.
But I haven't been posting a lot, and I haven't told anybody like what I'm doing.
I see.
And so like I've lost a lot of followers, I think. Yeah. Which I don't care. Okay. I love everyone who follow me and hit me up on all the positive messages. And I really, honestly, I wish I would have been more vocal about that. Okay. And like maybe done like lives and stuff and the questions and stuff. But like at the same time, I was just like, that's not me. And because I'm a regular dude. Yeah. That's what a lot of people like. That's what I didn't like. Is people kind of put me up on a pedestal a little bit. And like when they would talk to me, it's like, I'm like a normal guy, man. Yeah. Like there are so many, there's millions of guys out there just like me. Yeah. Who do the same thing with no camera on, and it's just for their job. It's just for their regular everyday life, and they're dependable. They show up. They provide. Yeah. You know, they're reliable people, and it's like that's what I'm doing. It's just getting exposed because it's being done with football. Yeah. And so I felt weird to like be like people like dude. People sent me some crazy stuff. Yeah. People said crazy shit to me. I don't even remember, but like I just remember reading some of it. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I was like, damn. Yeah, people get really personal, and I appreciate it. But it's also like, man, hey, I'm not that different from you. Yeah. And no one is. People are people. Yeah, for sure. And I think it's just a representation, like we just said, is hard work, is doing everything right for so long. Because you could do something right for like a week or two, but it's like doing it for so long, that desire. Like, bro, even though you see yourself as a normal dude, like obviously I've always said, like, if I meet someone with a big platform or someone who's done something great, like, yeah, those are still regular. Like you said, yes, those are regular people, but I think you can also learn from them because of the little things that, you know, that they did to get there. Like Absolutely. You, bro, like I don't know how you can listen to this and then come out of this with like anyone who was listening to this, they come out of it and be like, damn, I have this excuse, or damn, I shouldn't work hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just take excuses from everyone, and I think that's the dope part about it, right? And I think that's what separates you, bro. I think everyone is normal,
but you also separate yourself by doing certain things.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I think that's the difference between good and great right there.
Yeah.
Like,
literally.
It's do you make excuses or do you not make excuses?
Yeah.
And the person who makes the least amount of excuses is always going to be the most successful.
Exactly.
Always.
Yeah, exactly.
And it takes sacrifice too.
Oh,
like you'll,
for sure.
You'll lose a lot of people. You'll lose a lot of friends.
Mm-hmm.
You'll miss a lot of time doing stuff that maybe you actually would enjoy doing. But
right.
ultimately, like that stuff will always be there.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
Yeah.
But a lot of people aren't willing to give that stuff up.
Yeah, exactly. And I heard something yesterday. It was so funny. They said, hey, they were telling this person, hey, where you been, whatever, like summer started. We've been having parties all over. And it's like, well, even first of all, you're kind of using summer as an excuse. No matter what, you're gonna be doing the same thing.
Yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying?
You were doing this shit in January, homie.
Exactly.
What are you talking about? It's summer.
Exactly, bro. And it's like a year from now, guess what? They're still gonna be doing the same thing. But if you took the time to take that summer off to work your ass off, now you're gonna be at a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm more scared of in life is my biggest fear is just being stagnant. Like my biggest fear is not like getting better. My biggest fear is like just being comfortable. Because when you're comfortable, bro, I truly believe like you're just kind of throwing your life away. Like there's always another level.
I agree, bro. And it's so funny you say that. Another big motivator for me was I had so many friends in high school who are still doing the same shit.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, I used to hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like,
yeah, I feel it, bro.
And I always knew that was the kind of lives those people would live.
Yeah.
But like, just to like go and do what I've done, not saying like I'm this hot shot or anything. I'm this big shot or anything, because I'm not. But it's like, fuck, bro. Like, how are people okay with this?
Yeah.
Blows me away. That's another big motivator for me is like, looking at the people I grew up with and seeing what they're doing, I'm just like, I do not want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in Richmond.
Right.
Hell, I don't want to live in Berkeley.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in California in general. Fuck this place.
I'm trying to get out of here.
This place sucks.
Yeah, it's expensive as fuck, bro.
It's crazy.
Like, yeah, nah, I feel it, bro.
It is
wild. Insane.
But like, that's another thing. Like, friends are important.
Yeah.
Like who you surround yourself with.
Oh yeah, environment is everything.
Dude, literally, bro, if you're hanging out with the wrong people, bro, it will ruin your life.
Yes.
If you're listening to the wrong people, taking advice from the wrong people, it will ruin your fucking life.
Yeah.
Like it's like having like a rocky relationship and then taking advice from your buddy who cheats on his girlfriend.
Exactly.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're gonna fuck your shit up.
Exactly.
Like, go talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I
it's
100%
crazy.
agree.
It's crazy how many people do it.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah. Exactly, bro. And bro, I want to hear from your perspective, right?
All right.
But let's say it's me. No, my friends are cool because they supported me at one point, or my friends are cool because they were there for me, right? But like you said, it's hanging around the wrong people can really bring you down. So in your perspective, what would you tell that person that it's not in denial, but it's like still wants to be there for those people because they were there at one point, but they want to level up and their friends are not leveling up?
Let it go.
Life
is about choices and letting go. There's always going to be something you have to let go of.
Yeah.
For me, when I was going to football, it was letting go of fucking like all the bullshit I've had to put up with throughout my life. It's letting go of that, not making excuses anymore.
Right.
So like whatever it is, you have to give something up in order to like become what you want to become.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you want to do something other than what your friends are doing, and like they're just like they're gonna be there, like let them do that because they're always gonna be there.
Right.
They're not going anywhere.
Right.
But you are.
Yeah.
Like,
but RJ, I haven't seen you in so long. Let's hang out.
Those people, I don't even text them back. I don't even open it.
Okay.
Honestly, like there's a lot of people who hit me up after the show came up. I didn't even open their messages. Like, nah.
So bullshit.
You didn't come to games. You didn't hit me up. You wasn't there. Like, yeah. That's one thing I don't like is like fake motherfucking friends.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I have a lot of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people will hit you up when they see you're like doing well.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
Yeah, no, and it's like everyone's almost like a bandwagon. Like they don't want to be with you in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? No, they never want to be with you in the beginning when you're grinding, when no one else believes in you. But as soon as it's like a snowball effect. Once you get the first kind of people, you start getting bigger. Now all of a sudden it's messing with you, right?
Yeah.
And it's important to know, like what you said. It's like who was really there for you. You know what I'm saying?
No, for me it was my girl and that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
It was my girlfriend at the time. That was it.
Yeah.
And even then, like
that.
And even then, like, it was just me.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I had to put in the work and I had to like go out there and do it. And then in 2019, like we weren't together. And like literally, bro, it was me.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's no, like just for me personally, like there is no one.
And I think that's what makes you so powerful, bro, because you were able to master that of, you know, you knowing that you were the essentially you're the only one you got. Because at the end of the day, when you close your eyes and you're on that bed, it's really just you and your own thoughts and everything you've been able to do. It's you and your conscious stuff like that.
Yeah, bro. Like I do like a lot of people. What I like to do is I like to keep a journal. But like if I'm feeling a certain way, I'll write down like how I'm feeling.
That's
and,
a great habit.
It actually is. It's very therapeutic. It's helpful.
Yeah.
But like your thoughts are your friends in a way. When you're trying to go do something that no one thinks you can do, trying to go do something that's like really hard to do, your thoughts are your friend.
Yeah.
And there's a saying, you know, be careful with your words, or like it's a Japanese saying for samurais. I'm probably gonna butcher it right now, but it's like it goes something like, be careful with your words because the warrior inside you hears those words and is either encouraged or discouraged by them.
Yeah.
That's some real shit.
Yeah.
Like if you're telling yourself like, man, like I don't know, like I'm unsure, like do I have like blah blah blah, like making it like just all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like the person inside you who like wants to be great is just like, fuck.
Yeah.
You're just discouraging yourself. It's a simple way of just like it's like an overcomplicated way of saying like you just need to believe in yourself.
Yeah, yeah. And on a more technical level, bro, everything you're saying right now is so true because there's something in our brain called the reticular analysis system. Right. So what it is that let's say I ask you, RJ, count how many things are in this room are red. So you're gonna start looking around, and I ask you, well, RJ, name everything that was blue. Wait, hold on. You just told me to look for things that are red. I don't know. Well, because you focus on the red, your brain automatically attracted to that red. So, for example, if I keep telling myself, man, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm not good, I suck, I'm a quitter, all that shit. Now, my brain is literally gonna look for reasons to believe that, and all of a sudden, I'm gonna become that thing.
It's almost like a confirmation bias.
Exactly what it is.
That's real shit.
It is, and it's like it's all and like I said, it's all science. So it's not even just us saying it. It's like proven. It's all facts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. Like if there's one thing that's true, it's like you are your thoughts and the people you surround yourself with.
Exactly.
So if you have negative thoughts and you got negative people not doing shit around you, that's who you are. But if you're positive and you're with like-minded people, you're what those people. You're going. That's who you are. You're going places.
Exactly.
You're at least you're on the way there.
Yeah. Exactly. You show me, your 5 closest friends, I'll show you your future because it's like your 5, you know what I'm saying? Like your 5 close friends say, you know what? Like, let's say you're not doing it. You're home. You kind of stuck. You're like, hey, bro, what are you doing? I'm going to the gym. Hey, bro, what are you doing? I'm going to the gym. Hey, well, shit, I might as well go to the gym too because all my 5 closest friends are going to the gym. Yeah. But let's say, hey, bro, your 5 closest friends, what you're doing tonight is, let's go do this. Let's go do that. Now you're going to gravitate to that and go, do that.
I'm not going to lie, man. I would argue that people who like really get places like that, they don't have friends at all. Yeah, I would say my best friend is Richie, right? Yeah. But a lot of what I was doing, he wasn't doing that with me. Yeah. He was doing his own thing. Nothing wrong with that. But like, if you're a successful person, you have 5 close friends, I'm impressed. It's hard to keep friends living that lifestyle, doing anything, football, baseball, whatever it is, business, music, fucking anything. Yeah, anything. You have 5 close friends, bro. You might want to reevaluate some shit. Honestly. Yeah. It's like I didn't have 5 close friends. That makes sense. I had 1. Yeah. He lived in like 2 hours away. So I was really like just thugging it out by myself. Yeah. That makes sense. And obviously, I know Richie, and ever since I've known Richie, he's also been the same way. And I think, I don't necessarily mean friends where like I literally talk to every single day, but I think I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like even if I say, yo, what's up, RJ? How you doing, bro? Good, man. I'm working out. Shit. Okay, he's doing something good. Hey, yo, what's up, Alex? How you doing, bro? Hey, I'm editing on this video. Hey, whoever it is. Which Alex?
This guy right here.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was thinking of Alex Lopez.
Oh, yeah.
I was with Rito yesterday.
Oh, really?
We were talking about Alex a little bit.
Okay, he's like very into cars and stuff like that, right?
Super into cars.
Yeah, I see that. I seen that.
Sorry, you were saying?
No, yeah, you're good. But what I'm trying to say is like even if I reach out to these guys, like I can actually hold a conversation with them because they're doing something big. You know what I'm saying? And I genuinely want to know, like for example, let's catch up, RJ. How was that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now we actually have something to talk about. But if we're not doing nothing, then first of all, I'm gonna have to bring myself to a level 1 when I'm really level 8, right? Or level 10. And now we know I'm going to pretend to be someone that I'm not. So I can't get along with you. Like me, Samuel, cannot have a conversation with you unless you're doing something big for yourself because I can't relate to you.
Yeah. And you know what? Like a lot of people get caught up on like the big stuff and the small stuff. Really what it comes down to is because at the end of the day, we're all people, right?
Right.
Not everybody wants to go and be like this big, rich, famous entrepreneur or athlete or whatever. Mm-hmm. Some people just want to live like, do what the fuck they want to do, make their own money.
Right.
Like just live their life that way. Yeah. And that's honestly, that's better than like most people who are trying to do something bigger. Cause a lot of people who are driven by like money, especially and recognition and stuff like that. Those people, you gotta kind of watch out for them a little bit. Yeah. And I've fallen victim to this myself because I was a person who like, I wanted people to know my name. I want people to know who I am. Right. And what I can do and like what I'm capable of and like what I have to offer. Yeah. But there's a fine line there. Yeah. Because a lot of people, it turns into something that's like good and it gets ugly really quick because money changes people, fame changes people, and your ego can really fuck your shit up.
Oh, yeah. I think money and fame really reveals character.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, a lot of people say money's bad, right? Can I see the cash? Let me hold $100,000. So, like, bro, this is just a piece of paper. Like, this is not distinguished whether I'm a good or bad person. Yeah. But if you give someone a lot of money, now they have a lot more power in a way because now they can do a lot more things. So if I'm a bad person, I'm gonna do bad with this. It's just a tool. Yeah. Right? I told someone one day, you know, we were kind of going back and forth, and I told him, bro, money is just a tool. And he was like, you know, just being funny. Money's just a tool, blah blah blah. But I was like, yeah, bro, like you're gonna let this distinguish who you are and your character. Like that makes no sense, right?
Money is just a tool.
Yeah, because sure. I used to be that person, bro. I'm telling you, like I used to work with a financial services company, and all I cared about.
I already know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even want to.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just wanted to hear. Like, I don't even know if you want to cut this out or not. But
no.
What's your opinion on them? I don't want to name drop anything. Yeah. What's your opinion on them? Good or bad? Just thumbs up.
I don't want to get sued, so I'm gonna say the name. Nah, I'm joking. No, but my perspective on it is, I definitely learned a lot. Like I'm like when it comes to business, when it comes to like creating relationships, when it comes to mindset, I learned a lot. Yeah. But I don't believe in doing something for the money. Because you will burn out, you will transform yourself to being another person that you don't want to be. You will not follow your morals and your principles. So my perspective on it was you needed to completely transform yourself, and you're only going to be successful there if you want the recognition and if you want the money.
We could talk about them off air. They don't like me.
Yeah,
they don't like me. Okay, at all.
Yeah, I mean,
they had a guy.
I can see why.
No, because they had a guy. So my freshman, all right, we had a guy who worked for them. Okay. My freshman year at Laney, his name was, I don't know if I should name drop him. We'll just call him Jay.
Okay, Jay.
But I was like, he was like giving the spiel to everybody, and I was like, bro, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Like, do you realize what this is? And I just like started dropping bombs on him, and we got into it, and then the main guy, like the big kahuna of Northern California, came down to talk to me.
Oh shoot!
To like call me out, and I was like, "You're full of shit."
Yeah.
But we could I'll tell you the full story off there because I don't want you to get no type of trouble or have no problems with nobody.
Honestly, like I said, I'm not tripping. Like I said, that's my perspective on it. Where absolutely. It's like I said, I learned a lot. What they do is good, you know. But personally, I ended up realizing that life is way more than just money.
Absolutely.
Life is way more than just cars. Because the way I was and the way, the system is kind of built there is if you're not performing, if you're not doing your best, if you're not putting numbers, you're nothing. Like, and they literally make you feel like that to bring you up. It's like a manipulative system.
It's very manipulative.
You know what I'm saying? Which in reality, if you really want to do something, I don't have to force you to do anything. I don't have to like manipulate you to do it. Yeah. So that's why, it's funny is that's why the brand Together We Rise that we actually, that we're actually building right now is based off almost off the same business model. Except now, instead of me asking you, RJ, go transform yourself and do something that you're literally just doing for the money. Mm-hmm. Now you're gonna do something that you really want to do and you love doing, and you can still get to the money. But now you're not changing who you are, and now you can really do it with a passion.
Absolutely, and like when we were talking off air about your brand, like it's not like you're requiring people to come in and like bring more people.
Exactly.
And because ultimately, like early on, it screws those people over
it does.
tremendously.
Yeah.
But you're not doing that. You're going at it with like a different approach.
Exactly.
And that's what I don't like about them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You
like,
know?
that's
it's very pyramid-y, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
Very.
I can see it. Yeah, for
and
sure.
you know, if you got to get your money that way, get your money that
Yeah,
way. I'm
yeah.
not going to, I'm not going to judge you that. I'm not going to judge you. But it's just like,
No, I feel it.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that. See why you would say that, and you know, there is definitely some correlation. But
for sure.
All in all, like you said, yeah, with a brand, I'm not like the only way you're gonna come in is if you want to get better. Like
absolutely.
That's it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
like what you're doing with your brand.
Appreciate
I
that.
think that shit's dope.
Yeah,
I think it's a good
appreciate
idea.
that. Yeah, and really, it made me. I grabbed what I didn't like, and now I'm able to put it here, and then basically what I didn't like, I'm able to fix that up, tweak it up. Now do it like you said, something that there's no like you're not forced to come in here. You're like the only thing that's required is just your desire, and now you're gonna be somewhere where you know people. If they're in the industry, if you're in the industry, they're succeeding. So now, like, let's say I'm a real estate guy. I really want to get into real estate, but I have no idea what it's about. I just got my license, whatever. I can connect with someone who's been in business for themselves for 5 years and ask them questions, right?
Absolutely.
And really, like the only way people are gonna come to this brand, if I really like it, I'm gonna say, man, this brand really made me grow my platform. So Alex, I know you're trying to grow your editing, you know, business, your photography. But why don't you check them out? Join the app, join the group, and now you can grow. That's the only way.
Yeah, no, that's why I like it. And, you know, I was thinking while you're talking, man, like sometimes you have to do like fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Like you have to go through some fucked up, like what's like a business adventure, like there. Like it's not the most ideal thing for anybody.
For sure.
But sometimes you got to do that stuff just to realize like what is good. So like early on, like when I was fresh out of high school, I was at Contra Costa. What a shit show.
Yeah.
A lot of athletes, but a lot of like way more bullshit than anything else. I saw like, all I saw was like a reflection of like how D'Anza was at football. And I was like, this is the same shit. Like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, this is exactly why D'Anza sucked.
Right.
Like, these guys aren't going to be any good. And I left.
Yeah.
And I went to Laney and I was like, oh shit.
That's different.
This is way better.
Yeah. And I think that's what we were talking about, where it's like you want to surround yourself around the, you know, better people than you.
Exactly.
And that's, and the only way you can do that is if you put your ego aside, you put your pride aside and realize like these people are better than you. And they might not be better because they were born to be better. They were just better because they've been doing something that you love to do longer and worked harder at it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, overall, man, I appreciate you. Any like, cause I know the camera's about to die, bro. We did No. We did over an hour.
Hell yeah.
And you could, bro, honestly, it never feels like the time because we're just having great conversation.
For sure.
And I know for a fact someone out there is going to get inspired by just listening to this, right?
I hope so.
And we trying to get this out as much as possible, bro. We trying to make you big, man. We trying to, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happens, but that's essentially the goal. Just reach out to as many people as you can because you never know who you're going to inspire indirectly.
Hey, if it changes one person's life,
that's all that matters. Literally. But yeah, bro, anything else you want to say before we cut it out?
Believe in yourself.
That's it. Yeah, we got to trademark it. Believe in yourself. Put RJ Stern under it. And hell yeah, man. But I appreciate you, bro. I do it to everyone else, bro. You're a different breed, man. You're different breed certified. Bro, I appreciate you for coming on the show, man. Check my guy out on Last Chance You. But yeah, guys, we're on 1%. We made it happen, though. 1 minute and 7 seconds. Let's do it. Thank you so much, RJ.
All right, no problem, bro.